Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. I feel so protective over you guys, especially those of you who have been protective of me. And recently, I've been very much so trying to protect my peace, and I really only I screenshot and post negative comments because I think it's funny, but I really only respond to positive comments anymore because I love when people know that they are trying to reach out to me and say something kind and they get a response from me. So I really try hard not to respond to negative comments anymore. But I'm human and our dear friend Mike Joyce is under attack in the Christian Harloff stream. It's a little aggressive for me to say under attack. It's not full blown attack, but like somebody posted something not nice about him in regards to me. And so I just very casually responded. And I only want to read it to you guys because this is the theme of the show today is how annoyed I am about the internet today. And I'm going to tell you guys first, I saw this woman giving these moral dilemmas that I think are like very clear. And I want to talk about how we feel about the moral dilemmas. Then I posted on my Instagram these people not knowing that 911 was a thing before 9/11. I, I'm confused with the internet. And then I go to look at the comments on the Christian Harloff video and okay, so Soul Stylist Jukebox, who I like, who has been a commenter for a long time, clearly disagrees with Mike about Avatar stuff. And so he wrote, I came here to see if Mike Joyce typed people sure like to hate on Avatar movies. I'll check it again later to see if it happened. That's kind of funny. Like you guys disagree on it. I think he said it once in the chat. It doesn't really make it. It's not a big deal, but um, like all right, whatever. That's fine. But then this guy named Chris wrote back and said, it's not just Avatar, though. He likes to make and leave as many comments about Roxy as he possibly can. He likes to obsess over her in every video and every chat. I keep telling him he just needs to ask her out, get it over with. He's turning into an obsessed stalker. And I just like that was a little bit triggering for me because as somebody who has had two obsessed stalkers, guess who's not one of them? Our friend Mike. And I think that's it's a big accusation to call somebody an obsessed stalker because because like you guys, you say nice things about me or like just comment on how I do on a show or something. So I wrote back and I just simply said, Mike is a great supporter of this show and me. The only person making it weird is you. And this is where I get very annoyed. This person says, call the joke Roxy. I even put LOL. So just relax. Also, a great supporter of the show. And I've been following all of you for over 10 years. People need to be able to take a joke. Y'all joke around all the time. So chill. You're not my friend. I joke with my friends. I joke with Christian, who I've known for 15 years. I joke with Mike. These are people I've grabbed beers with. These are people I've gone to lunch with. These are people that I have traveled with. These are my friends. You are a person on the internet who doesn't come on to this show, so is not a rock star, who is accusing somebody else of being an obsessed stalker. And when you say, I even wrote LOL, that doesn't make it funny. And also, you said, get over it. He's turning into an obsessed stalker. There is no LOL. So I just think it's when people get called out for saying things that are shit and they're like, take a joke, which is the ultimate most annoying thing you can say to somebody because I do take jokes all the time. I take jokes from my friends. What you did was insult Mike. And then I said, stop making this weird. And then you said, take a joke. You're either not funny, bad joke, or you got called out. So you pretended it was a joke and you're not my friend and you're not a rock star. So you're like, you guys joke around all the time. Yeah, dude, are you not different with your friends than you are with strangers? Because you're a stranger to me. And I appreciate you supporting the show, but that's not the way to do it. So I just see that a lot of you guys who stand up for me, you get a lot of heat. And that's fucking annoying to me because you know me better than they know me because you followed me here. So anyway, justice for Mike Joyce. Shout out to Mike for, and he didn't even comment about me. He said nothing. This is what happened. So Very odd behavior. Other odd behavior on the internet. We will get into it. But before I do that, streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer, super chat in. I'm probably only here for 40 minutes today. So get in those Streamlabs and super chats now. Why am I only here for that amount of time? Because I want to go see the guy that I'm seeing for dinner. Because he's fucking awesome. And that's what I'll say about that. Okay. And I also was thinking about tonight doing a show of the best TV shows of the year because I've watched like 130 or something so far. So I will do that episode, but not tonight because I don't want to have an end point to that one. And instead, the internet pissed me off and I figured this would be fun. So there was this one girl who did this video about moral dilemmas and wants people to weigh in. And I want us to weigh in, but also I'm like, are these moral dilemmas? And then there was these kids who had a podcast, and people with a podcast recently are just making absolute jamokes of themselves. So we will talk about all that and anything you guys want to talk about. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Super chat in. Happy Wednesday. I am drinking my red velvet tea. Sips tea. Talks to you guys. Life is dandy. Thank you for being here. Tea makes me randy. No, Brox. Just don't try to rhyme all the time. Just get out while you're ahead. I'm dual streaming. I still don't know if I like this format of the this way. It splits the views. It splits the monetization. But it does allow it to push out to more of you guys. So check in with both places because otherwise you won't see the chat. And that is the way that goes. If you guys want to talk about a little bit of television, though, because we haven't been talking about much TV, feel free to send in your thoughts on TV this week. My main thought on TV this week is that Kim Kardashian's show, All's Fair, is underrated. Is it a great show? No. It having a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes, step the fuck up, guys. The show is not bad. It's a totally mid. I'm enjoying it. It's like a very dramatized, soapy kind of show. I really am having a good time with it. So y'all have been very harsh, unnecessarily harsh. All right, let's listen to this girl. This girl made me question a little bit of humanity today, and it's not necessarily her fault, but it is a product of society that this is something that we are questioning. Okay, I'm going to this video. I saved it on Instagram. You ever watch something and you're just like, ugh, why? So her name is, let's see. Her name is Katie Wood.
If a brother and a sister went on vacation and they decided that they wanted to have sex, and the woman is on birth control and the man uses a condom, and they do it and they decide that they're never going to do it again, and there's no power struggle, there's no psychological abuse, there's nothing like that. No one is harmed. They both enjoy it. They just decide they're not going to do it again. And pregnancy is never on the table. Is there a moral issue with this? That's the first one.
Okay. Starting off strong, Katie. So the question is, if a brother and sister go on vacation and she's on birth control and they use a condom and they only do it this one time and they enjoy it and there's no psychological abuse and they just have sex this one time and they don't ever talk about it or do it again and pregnancy is not a possibility, is that a moral issue? I don't know how to describe why the answer is yes, other than the fucking answer is yes. And this is not a cultural thing to me. I mean, there is not a person on planet Earth who can convince me that siblings should be having sex, even if pregnancy is off the table. Because fucking ew. And if you don't get that, it's hard for me to explain why. And one of the things she goes on later to say is like, oftentimes when people have moral issues with something, they can't really explain why. And I guess that's true in this case. Why is it a moral issue? Because you can't fuck your siblings. Because that's disgusting. Because you guys came from the same parents and you grew up together. You've known them since they were in diapers. And there's not 1 ounce of me that's ever been attracted to a sibling because it's that dynamic and relationship is so aggressively unattractive that it's hard for me to. But okay, so all of you guys are saying, yes, this is morally wrong. I'm so glad. Thank you for being a rock star because we're not fucking around today. Like, any of you are like, well, it's not that bad. Okay, questionable. Like, keep it to yourself because don't say that out loud. I mean, do it if you really have a reason to stand up for it. I'm very curious what your logic is. But what is actually the moral issue with this? Other than I think it's disgusting. So the moral issue is that you share too much DNA and history. Like, how do you describe why this is morally problematic if you don't get to talk about the sex part? Like, incest is just so to me. I wonder if there's still cultures today where siblings be boning. Blah, 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 blah. If it was the last living person on Earth, siblings, and either they had to sleep together or Earth or the population would die out, I would say die out. Don't under any circumstances sleep with your sibling. Like let humans die. If you have to let them die because bah, bah. See what you guys say. Put in Streamlabs moral dilemmas that you want us to debate. Let's see. Psychological damage is immense. Yeah, I agree. They're like, there's no abuse. It's like, how is that possible? No, if you're in a fallout shelter for 200 years, I still think nope. Yep, it's definitely wrong. I wonder how Lena Dunham feels about this. The tea, Brit. Yikes. Let's see. Societies everywhere have plenty of reasons to not having siblings fuck. Morality isn't just from religion, it's also from cultural standards. I don't know what that means. It is wrong. David, exactly, but like, why? Because we say it is. Bleh. Bleh. All right, should we go to the next one? Let's see. What does she say?
I have some ethical dilemmas that I want you to answer. These are so fucked. If a brother and a sister went on vacation,
we already
and
did
they
this
decided
one.
that they wanted to have sex, and the woman's over control, and the man uses a condom, and they do it, and they decide that they're never going to do it again, and there's no power struggle, there's no psychological abuse, there's nothing like that. No one's harmed. They both enjoy it. They just decide they're not going to do it again. And pregnancy is never on the table. Is there a moral issue with this? That's the first one. Second one: a family's dog is hit and killed by a car. They have heard that dog meat tastes really good, and so they decide that they're going to cut their family dog up and they're going to eat it, and they do so. Then they never eat another animal again. Is there any issue with that?
Okay. So this one is family dog is hit by a car and killed. They heard dog meat tastes good, so they chop it up and they eat it and they never eat another dog again. Is there a moral issue with this? Now, let's talk a little bit about this because they didn't kill their dog. And in some societies, people eat dogs. This one's a little more tricky than the sibling one. I personally would never do that because of what dogs mean in our society. However, like if your friend told you that this was their deepest, darkest secret, like your friend of 30 years came to you one day, you guys were drunk, and they were like, I have to finally admit something out loud to you. This is what we did. Would I still be friends with them? I think I would. If they told me they fucked their sibling, I wouldn't. If they told me they ate their dog after the dog was already dead because they were curious how it tasted, I think I could still be friends with that person. I couldn't be that person, but I think I'd still be friends with them. Is it morally right? Nope. Is it morally wrong? Yes, it is. But it's kind of hard to describe why, because the dog's already dead. But like, we just don't eat our loved ones. But then why am I okay with you having a pet pig and eating the pig, or pet chickens and eating the chicken? And a dog is different, obviously. But yeah, it's the fact that they said they never ate an animal afterwards. I know. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Exactly. Reviewed by Nick. Exactly. This one's a little tough, right? It's a little trickier, a little tricky. What do you guys think? Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Send your moral dilemmas. We're getting weird on the show tonight because the internet was weird today to me, and then I made it weird for you guys. It's interesting that this topic didn't bring the Streamlabs to the yard. No Streamlabs, no super chat so far. I kind of understand why. And yet, get weird with me, get twisted. Let's see what the third thing is.
Scientist secretly takes a dead body out of a morgue. The dead body has no family, it has no friends, it's set to be cremated. There's nobody, like, there's no next of kin, anything like that. That medical research that he does on that dead body saves a lot of lives. Is there a moral issue with that?
Okay. Scientist takes dead body out of the morgue. Does a ton of that body has no next of kin. They do a ton of research, and that research saves a lot of lives. Is there a moral issue with that? I feel like we're missing one very specific question here, which is, what did this dead body ask for prior? Like, did they have are they organ donors? Was there a conversation? If they specifically said, I do not want my body used for scientific research, then that's a problem. Yeah, but we're not talking about legality. We're talking about morality. There's a lot of things that are illegal that are not immoral. And there's a lot of things that aren't illegal that are immoral. So the morality of this versus the legality. This is the first one that I feel like I could genuinely make an argument for either side, as opposed to fucking your sibling and eating your dog. This one's a little different. And also they saved a lot of lives. So the purpose was different. It wasn't just like for enjoyment. Like you weren't just boning your sibling for enjoyment or eating your dog for pleasure. You were trying to save people's lives. So that's a little bit more moral. Okay, let's see what the next one is. I think this is the last one.
A very wealthy man pays a very poor man to do a very degrading activity, but in private, one time, the poor man consents. Is there anything wrong with that?
Okay. Very wealthy man pays a very poor man to do a very degrading activity one time in private, and the poor man consents. I guess it depends on what the activity is. However, I do feel like there is the main moral issue here is that why is this wealthy man having to degrade this poor man in order to give him the money? And what is it? Like, is this what is the thing? Is it like a sexual thing, or is it a work thing, or what? Both. This one's a little tricky. How do you guys feel? Welcome to the show tonight. Really threw you guys in. Are you happy to be here? Just let me know. We're talking about incest. We're talking about eating the dogs, eating the cats. We're talking about organ donors. We're talking about a lot of things. What are you guys talking about? Let's check in with the Streamlabs, check in with the super chat, and let me tell you guys about the 9/11 thing. I'm so happy for there to be a 9/11 conspiracy theory that doesn't have to do with the Jews, because I'm so tired of hearing those. All right. Bucky Barnes in the house. Bucky Barnes says, hi, Rocks. Reject moderator here. Happy holidays. Thank you. You too. Appreciate you. Jazra says, morality definition, principles concerning the distinction between right and wrong or good and bad behavior. Easy to say why all of these are wrong. Okay, so you think that taking the body from the morgue is wrong, even though you're saving a lot of lives? You think it's easy to say that that's wrong? Interesting. Okay, let's talk about 9/11. Everybody's favorite topic. Big 9/11 people here. I did watch. What is that comedian's name with the big lips? He looks like a frat boy. He's got big lips. He's been gaining a lot of notoriety recently. Some people really hate him. People thought that he was. Wait, I don't remember. They had issues with him because of something. He just put out a Christmas special that was crowd work. I don't know why I was just about to tell you guys about that, but it was like, do you ever watch a comedian and you feel bad laughing because you're like, these jokes are straight up fucked up, but you're laughing at them and you're like, you are funny, but oh my God, just kind of fucked. And sometimes he's not funny, but sometimes he really is. Yes, thank you, Mike Joyce, my dude, Matt Rife. That's his name. Bucky says, I love when Roxy brings up important topics like this. It's not just entertainment stuff. Yes, the important topics like should you or should you not eat your dog if they get hit by a car? I'm talking about the important things for sure. Okay, no, this is the 9/11 thing that I heard that was like just so concerning. So one thing that I don't like to do is shit on generations below me or shit on generations above me. Like, there's all these generation wars all the time, and it's not cute. It's not cute to be like, oh, boomers always fuck the boomer, fuck the Gen Z, fuck whatever. Like, I'm a millennial. Do I think we're the best generation? No. Do I think we're the worst generation? No. Do I think that we're a monolith? No. Same thing with all the other generations. Every generation is flawed. Every generation is the people in it are different. There's like a 15-year or 12-year gap. So people are just very different. And I don't really shred generations like that. But it is a sign of the times that now we have a lot of Gen Z podcasters. And you guys know there's all these stats about like, and this doesn't have to do with the Holocaust, but there's all these stats about how it's only like 25% of that generation that believes that the Holocaust happened to the extent that it did. There's a lot of educational gaps in that generation. It has been for many generations, but now with technology and AI and Chat GPT being able to write their papers and just the education system completely shifting and failing a lot of people, I found this video to be highly alarming. It was funny, but it was also very scary. It's 4 people on a podcast. And essentially what happens is they believe that 911, like calling 911, happened because of 9/11. They invented 911 after 9/11. So we shall take a listen to
Is
this.
there anything wrong with that? I really do truly
Hold on. We shall take a listen and then we shall talk about it. Here we go.
Last topic, but kind of on topic. You know they didn't have 911 back then?
Really?
They didn't have 911 till 9/11.
But they had emergency phone numbers. What do you mean?
No.
I think they just had the number of their doctor.
No. Time out. What do you?
They definitely had 911 before that.
911
It's
was
from 9/11.
is in like memorial or whatever from 9/11.
No.
Yes.
I don't know who they called in like the 90s, but in the 30s, I'm pretty sure they just called their local doctor.
No, you called. There was an emergency phone number.
Maybe
was
like
911
the local
made?
police station?
I'm really
No, y'all
shocked.
tripping. What number did you use to call the police before 911?
911 was first used in 1968
No way.
when a call was split. Yeah.
What?
And then
When was
9/11
911
just so
officially
happened to
called
happen on
911?
9/11?
That's
It is kind of crazy. 911 and 911. Number 9.
That like actually made me I reposted it because I was just like, I can't believe that this exists right now. I just can't believe it. Like this girl, because somebody must have told that girl that. Like she didn't just come up with that. She was like, can you believe that 911 came after 9/11? She's like, I don't know who they called in their 90s, probably their doctor. Imagine this. Imagine you are getting robbed at gunpoint and you call your doctor. Like, help. Imagine you are taken and you're stuck in the trunk of a car. Doctor, help, help. Like, they do know 911 is not only for medical issues, right? Like, calling your doctor would not suffice in a lot of these scenarios. And also, even if it is a medical issue, like, what is your doctor going to do if you are in medical peril? Drive to come pick you up? How did they think the ambulance got there? What do they think? She's like in the 90s, as if that was light years away. And then also, why would they make in memoriam to 9/11? You call 911 because of the Twin Tower. What? I'm like, I don't know whether to. This is why arguing with people on the internet can be stupid, because like that's who we're talking to. So I don't want to call these people bad people because we have no idea if they're good or bad people. But oftentimes we are arguing with stupidity, at the very least ignorance. These are people who like just don't know that 911 isn't after 9/11 because they haven't been alive that long. But before you go on a podcast and spread misinformation, you should, in fact, check that information. And did you ask ChatGPT and that's what it said? Like, what happened that 4 of you in that room didn't know the answer to this at that age? What happened? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Send in support. Moral dilemmas or ways that the internet pissed you off this week. Okay, not a see. I thought this was a fun topic. Not a Streamlabs of the show so far, but shout out to Bucky Barnes and Chazarus for being our 2 super chatters of the show so far. I'm probably only here for another 10-15 minutes because your girl wants to go. I gotta see about a boy. Yeah, those are some of the moral dilemmas and ways that the internet pissed me off. Things to do to piss me off. Write mean things about the rock stars and call them stalkers. Fucking weird. Say that you're not sure if it's a moral dilemma if siblings bone. Blech. And go on a podcast and talk about things that you have no idea what it's about and then spread misinformation into the world because you were too lazy to do any research whatsoever. Those are things that will piss me off. What pisses you off? How'd the internet piss you off? What's a good moral debate? Let me know. I feel like these are good questions to ask on dates. Imagine going on a first date and saying, if you and your sibling went away and pregnancy was off the table, like they would legitimately run for the hills. Run for the fucking hills. As they should. As I would. Because truly, that's a no from me, dog. That's going to be a no from me, dog. The Matt Rife special, I was talking to you guys about that, and then I kind of deviated off. Did any of you guys see it? It's like he comes at every race and every type of person so hard that he ends up saying such fucked up things, but sometimes he says really funny things, and I don't know if it's okay to laugh at some of them. And I'm like, oh my God, he does voice impressions too in this. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Eek. I went to see Grammy today, and I went to see Gisela, the woman on the conservator too. And I went to the gym today, and I got a ton of work done. One thing that I've been doing recently is waking up super early, which is not fun. I know it sounds super early in general, but for me, like 6 a.m. every day and getting shit done. But then I'm not going to bed any later. So I'm just not getting enough hours of sleep because I'm getting like 3 a night right now. And that is running on empty, run on, which is fine sometimes, but yeah, not other times. Okay, what else did I watch this week that I wanted to tell you guys about? I'm obsessed with Pluribus. I need to know what happened with that ending moment. If you know, you know. I think the reason I wanted to do the 10 best shows of the year, and probably will for next week, is because on DJ show this week, on Friday, on Only Stupid Answers, we're going to be doing our top TV shows. So I wanted to try to prep for that, but I'll have to do that tomorrow because it's kind of a big task. Like going through my top 10 is very intimidating. I know what my number 1 is of the year, which is crazy. Do you guys know what my number 1 is? Who listens to me? Do you know what my number 1 show of the year is? I kind of know. I just don't know my order for certain things. And some things it's hard to know whether they'll make it or not. Something like Pluribus. It's not done yet. So far, I feel like it could be on there, but it's not done yet. Something like Stranger Things. It's not done yet. You know what I really think might make my list is Welcome to Derry. And let me tell you why. The episode you haven't seen yet that you will be seeing on Sunday is one of the best episodes of TV all year. It is unbelievable. Sunday's episode is Bring the House Down good. So fucking good. The penultimate episode of the season. Unbelievable. Is it going to make any of your guys' top 10? Let me know. Yeah, I was looking up at a bunch of lists too. And I have so many movies I haven't seen. I can't even come close to doing my top 10 list for movies because I haven't seen enough stuff yet. I still have to watch so much. Before I get out of here, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat in, get in those thoughts. We have RQMDSMD in the Streamlabs who says, hi, Roxy, just sending in some support. Interesting show tonight. RQMDSMD, do you ever just listen to me and think like, I'll still support her, but why is she doing this? I just talk about what I want to fucking talk about. And that's what I do. So, yep. Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider says, no moral dilemmas to offer because burn everything. Just kidding, but also not really. Just going to recommend that you check out DMV and Stumble. Yes, a show about the DMV is decent. You've been saying that, but is it? They're both network sitcoms, so watch accordingly. What is Stumble? Who's in Stumble? I don't even know what that show is. And sometimes I like network sitcoms. It's been a long time since there's been a plethora of good ones. I love Abbott Elementary, but that's pretty much it right now. Okay, Stumble is, let's see, a mockumentary exploring the highly competitive world of junior college cheerleading. Interesting. I don't know any of these actors. Jen Lyon, Taryn Killam. No, I don't know any of these people. Oh, this is a show where I don't recognize a single actor. What network is this on? Oh, it's Kristen Chenoweth. Okay. So I don't know why she's listed so far in, but no, what's the next one that I love Kristen Chenoweth so much. What's the next one that I'm supposed to watch? You guys told me about the sexy hockey show. Cause that's gotta be on my next list. Thank you. Next. You know the lead from English Teacher. Oh, is that Taryn? Oh no, that's the guy. Taryn is the guy from High Potential, who I like. Who's the person from English Teacher that's in it? Heated Rivalry. Thank you. Why do I keep forgetting that name? I'm looking to see who from English Teacher is in this. I'm scrolling through the cast and I don't recognize anybody from English Teacher. The blonde, Jen Lyon. Is she an English Teacher? I don't recognize this girl. Who is she an English Teacher? She was in 2 episodes. Who was she? I don't know. Huh. Mel says I'm late. Mike says, you missed an interesting conversation. Mel, do you think that it's a moral problem for siblings to fuck? Yes or no? It's kind of what you missed. It's kind of what you didn't hear. Reviewed by Nick in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider says, hi, Roxy. Every time you talk about your guy, you blush so much, and I absolutely love it. You're really happy. I truly love that for you. Also, see what he thinks about eating dogs. Haha, have fun tonight. I feel like I should text him right now. Under what circumstance would you eat a dog? We already kind of have this about dogs because he has a dog, and he lets his dog sleep in his bed, and I will never sleep in bed with a dog because I think that's disgusting and have issues with it. And so if I text him saying, how do you feel about eating your family dog if it got hit by a car? I'm pretty sure he would end things and say, deuces. That's the last thing about dogs. Mel says sibs banging is a moral and health issue. It's illegal for reasons. Yeah, but what if pregnancy was off the table? Mel, I'm obviously with you. I think it's fucking vile, disgusting, but it was a topic of the show today. It was a topic. Look at my messages. Wait, Sam, you're messaging Mel? Oh my God, I'm jelly. I want to know what's the message. Streamhouse.com/Roxy Strider. Before I get out of here, I need to shower. I went to the gym. I smell like sweat. Mike Joyce in the Streamlab says, oh, by the way, reviewed by Nick, thank you for being happy for my happiness. I have to say, who knows where this is going? And I know I've mentioned it, but it is so lovely talking to somebody who's seemingly such a great guy. I haven't done that in a really long time. And that makes me happy that people like him exist. And I think he really likes me and I really like him. And that's just like mind-blowingly weird for me. I have not felt that in like a decade. So I can't think about that too much or I'll just, yeah, I do blush. I blush and I gush. And knowing that it could all be over tomorrow. So let's hope that I just stay in the moment and stay in the moment. That Mike Joyce in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/RoxyStrider says, I don't watch a lot of comedy specials. What are your favorite comedy specials of the year? Let me see what I've watched this year and try to remember which ones I liked the best. Hold on. Okay. Gabriel Iglesias I watched, liked it. It wasn't the best of the year. Chelsea Handler, The Feeling, I really liked. Conan's Mark Twain special was so good. I don't know if that counts as a comedy special, but that was really good. Mike Birbiglia. Oh my God, what just happened? Oh my God, I thought I cleared all my TV shows. That would have been horrible. Mike Birbiglia's The Good Life was good. Sarah Silverman's Postmortem, I loved. It wasn't that funny, but it was super poignant. I loved Sarah Silverman's special this year. A lot of people didn't like that one, but I thought it was great. Mark Maron's Panicked was a really good one. Jim Jeffries' Two-Limb Policy. I'm just naming a lot of them, but I like Jordan Jensen's Take Me With You. Not my favorite of the year for sure, though. Leanne Morgan's Unspeakable Things was awesome. Really good. I think of all of these, I really enjoyed Mark Maron's. I always do. And Sarah Silverman's really spoke to me. What did you guys think were the best comedy specials of the year? Let me know. I'm sure there were other ones that I liked. Oh my God, Steph just sent me pictures of her niece. She's like dressed like a little turkey. She's so fucking cute. Oh, it's so cute. I posted a John Lyons clip in the Discord. Which one was it? Which one? All right, my dears. Without further lines of moral dilemma questioning, it was a brief one, but it was a bold one. Shout out to Mike Joyce, reviewed by Nick, Leonard Kim, RQMDSMD for the Streamlabs of the day. And shout out to Bucky Barnes and Chazers for the Super Chats of the day. And always shout out to Susie Easton and everybody else. Getting out of here in 2 minutes to send in final things while I say, stay safe, stay sane. Stay safe, stay sane. Put down the toilet seat and lid. We don't want those buffoons. Don't trend with the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who've lost their lives due to excessive force. My body, my choice. Wherever on the rainbow, we love you. We stand with the women of Iran. Some of the bravest women we've ever seen. And golden sparkles for the Zen one himself, Glenn Caesar. Thinking about you always. Thinking about all you guys always. Take things day by day. Attempt to choose happiness when you can. I will be, for this week, I'm sure that I'm guessing I'm going to have an upload tomorrow for the rejects. I saw Avatar. I can't talk to you guys fully about it, but I did do a review that is on my social. It's from the Real Reject social, but shared on mine. But I fucking loved it. So I'll tell you guys more about that when I can. Friday, I'll do Only Stupid Answers with DJ. Sunday, I'll be back here with you guys. This weekend, I think I'm going to my first hockey game ever. I've never been to a pro hockey game. Very excited. What do I wear to a pro hockey game? When I go to sports games, when I go to games, usually I wear jerseys, but I feel like, am I going to be freezing? And do I wear a jacket to a hockey game? Like, it's going to be fucking cold, right? I'm sure they keep it cold in there. You tell me. Warm clothes. Yeah, I'm going to be fucking cold. I feel like I should wear long johns or wear a jersey or a t-shirt, but Sam, won't I freeze to death? Maybe not to death, but I wear a jacket, wear layers underneath the jersey. Yeah, I just don't have, like, it's not a Bruins game, but I only have a Bruins shirt, so can I wear that? I played hockey, I know. That's facts. That's facts. Oh, my God. Bojax, thank goodness for you before I get out of here. Oh, my God. And keep sending in Streamlabs or super chats if you want to ask more specific questions about this. But I can't believe I didn't talk about this. I cannot fucking believe I didn't talk about this. This could have been the entire theme of the whole episode. Wait, Sam, I can't wear a non-Bruins jersey to it. I can't wear a Bruins jersey to a non-Bruins game. I don't own a Kings jersey. Ugh. Okay, I met Adam Sandler. It was fucking sick. So last night I went to a party for Netflix with John, Greg, and Olivia, and from Real Rejects. And it was Netflix's holiday party. So a lot of their stars that were promoting their movies that are on Netflix or their projects that are on Netflix were there. So people that you would know were Joel Edgerton, Simu Liu, Ted Danson, Adam Sandler, Jason Bateman, a couple of the K-pop girls, more people than that, but them. It was a great party, lots of great food, photo ops. There was like a candle making station where they were engraving candles with your names, which was cool. There was tons of great booze. There was a candy bar station where you could put all candy in to bags. It was very well done, very cute. And usually at these things, I don't go. Oh, Jacob Elordi. Usually at these things, I don't go up to people and ask for pictures because I don't need to, and I know that they're busy. But if you know me for a long time, you know I'm obsessed with Adam Sandler. I'm like truly, truly obsessed with Adam Sandler. And he was there, and I love him so fucking much. And I just beeline for him. And he was walking out, and I tapped him, which is probably not the most appropriate thing. Don't fucking touch somebody. But I was like, if he leaves this room, I didn't like grab him. I just was like, excuse me, because his back was to me and it was crowded. And I just wanted to say hi. And I was like, and he turned around, he said, hi. And I said, I love you. I know you get that all the time. I had to say it. I'm sure you don't believe me, but I'm not somebody who really does this a lot, but you are everything. I've loved you since I was this big. I love you now, and I'll love you when I'm hunched over. You are, to me, a gift. I have seen everything you've ever been in. I think that you are such an amazing talent. And then I had my necklace on. I said, from Jew to Jew, you mean the world to me. And I'm just so grateful that you exist at a time when I am here. And he was like, that is so kind. Thank you for saying something. I'm sure you were awesome as a kid. You're even more awesome now. And I was like, I know this sucks, but can I take a picture with you? And he was like, of course. And we took a picture together, but it was only one picture. And since he was moving, or like we were getting moved, his mouth was like, but I posted it anyway to my Instagram because I met fucking Adam Sandler. And we talked for like 2 minutes, which I know sounds short, but it's kind of a long time. It was minutes long. And I just got to tell him that I think he's the best. And I was super stoked about that. And it was very cool. It's very cool to be in a position in my life where I'm in a room with Adam Sandler, breathing the air that Adam Sandler breathes. Like, I just felt very, 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 very lucky and love him. So, yep, that's that. I met Adam Sandler. And then we walked by each other a couple times, and I was just like, you're the best. He was like, couldn't have been nicer. Could not have been nicer. Talked to Jacob Elordi for a while. It was actually kind of a funny conversation. Olivia really wanted to meet Jacob Elordi. She loves Frankenstein. And so I took a picture of her, Greg, and Jacob. And Olivia said to him, you are honestly one of my favorite celebrities. And he said, I'm not a celebrity. I'm an actor. And they had a continuation of conversation when we were leaving. I was like, just so you know, you're a great actor, horrible celebrity. And he started laughing. It's like, thank God he laughed about that. I love Jacob Elordi as well. I think he's very talented. I've been watching him since Euphoria, and then all the things that you guys have seen. Saltburn. I actually haven't seen Frankenstein yet, but I really like him. But like, I don't need a picture with everybody. Adam Sandler is everything to me. It's like Drew Barrymore, Adam Sandler in the world of all things Bruce Springsteen. Like there's certain people that's like if I'm in a room with that person, I've just got to try. And yeah, man, I got my photo with Adam. So cool. So cool. All right. Thank you for asking. Thank you for remembering Bojack's. He said, scattershot thoughts. Chad Powers gets season 2. I saw that. I was so stoked. Mike Joyce is the man. Have fun on your dinner date. Great super chat. You rock. Chad Powers getting season 2 is awesome. I can't wait to see where this show goes. I was nervous because not a lot of people watch it, that it wouldn't get a season 2, and it deserves a season 2. I hope this means more people will watch it and catch on to it. I just love him, and I don't understand why people are not on the Glenn Powell train, but they're not. So hopefully this show does well. And yeah, Mike Joyce is the man, and I will have fun. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, my dears, I already did my sign offs. So on that note, thank you for being here. And I shall see. Oh, I have another Streamlabs that came through and printed on Roxy. Thank you, Lloyd. Great posture, Roxy. No, it's really not right now. I got to lean back. And you are super awesome, attractive, and you have superb hair. Team Stryer. Laughing at you calling this superb hair right now, but I will take it. Hell yeah, my dude. You rock. You rock, you rock. Thank you, thank you. And I will see you guys soon. Much love. Later.